Hi, welcome to another episode of Candid Moments with Candace Kirkbride. My next guest today has had a brush with death. Despite his adversity, he continues to live each day with a positive attitude and a grateful heart. Please help me welcome my cousin, Gabriel Beaulieu, to the microphone. Hi, Gabriel.
Hi, Candace.
Thank you for joining me today. This is so nice. So it's been almost a year since
Yeah.
your brush with death. Do you want
It's
to,
almost
so tell us what happened?
basically I had symptoms for 5, 6 years before the incident last year,
Okay.
but basically I was going into work and I never made it. I got lightheaded and fell to the ground, and I got a ride in the ambulance from work to go to the hospital. They did an MRI, and doctor came back and said that I had a lesion on my brain, which I didn't even know what that was. But anyway, that's what happened. And 3 days later, I got surgery for brain tumor.
Wow.
So they
And when
removed.
the family heard about it, so from my perspective, we thought that you were dying because that's like
No,
the little bit of information we received. We thought that it was the end for you. So it was really emotional and it was really scary for us. I couldn't imagine what your daughters felt. So you went in to have that brain tumor removed.
yeah, and it was pretty big. The surgeon said he removed a tumor the size of his fist.
His fist.
Uh, his fist, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I have a
So
little one, but my gosh. So you had treatment after the surgery?
yeah, because for one thing, he said he couldn't remove all of the tumor that the big one. He says there was some parts of it that was too deep, couldn't go there, and I have two other tumors that yeah, they're too damn deep to go get, but they're not big.
Okay.
So I had radiation and chemotherapy for 6 straight weeks, and then uh, I did chemotherapy for about 6 months, once a month for 5 days.
Did
And
you?
now I'm not doing any type of treatments.
No. And so how are you feeling today?
I feel pretty good. I feel damn good. Yeah,
Good. I forgot
yeah.
to okay, let's rewind a little bit. What are 3 things today that you're grateful for?
Three things I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every day. I'm yeah, just living life and making the most of it. That's for sure. And I'm grateful to have a beautiful, positive little cousin like you.
Ah, thank you. I'm grateful. Well, today I'm grateful for this, for coffee, the sun, and this interview, among other things. So when you went through your treatments and they told you that you would possibly have side effects, how did that feel like going into that treatment, and what kind of side effects did you experience?
Well, fortunately for me, I didn't really worry about the side effects because I didn't believe I was going to have side effects, which I did not have any side effects. So, other than, you know, the little bit of hair I had on my head, and I was losing some of it. But
Right.
that's no big deal, you know.
That's a
But other than that, no, nothing. I, you know,
Or
maybe
did you?
it's what you believe. if you believe that a certain way, then basically that's along the lines of what the outcomes are going to be to some extent. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Do you believe in the power of positive thinking?
Oh, I more than believe. I know.
You live it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good. When did you become such a positive person? Have you been like this your whole life? Or did you just wake up one day and say, you know what, I need to smarten up and look at life a little bit more positive?
No, I think I've been like that most of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I I don't give up on what I believe in,
Right. So
if
those are
that
some
makes any sense. You know.
those are some strong values that are embedded within you.
Yeah, yeah. My mother was like that too, eh?
Okay, so that's where you got it from.
Probably, yeah. She was very strong when it came to her mind, anyways. You know, and I'm the same way. I don't give up when I think a certain way, or I want to achieve a certain goal or whatever. I I don't give up.
So looking back on your life so far, 58 years, what are some really positive or hard lessons that you've learned? I know that's a vague
Well,
question.
well, it's sort of vague, but not really. But uh, you live life, and you can't control everything, and you just need to accept things the way they are. And I think that's the biggest lesson to some extent. You know, whether it's with your children or with other people, how they feel, how they think. It's up to them. And for me, well, how I feel and how I think, it's mine, and it's okay.
Yeah. So acceptance is a very powerful lesson in life, and I think we learn to practice acceptance at different stages in our life.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had the worst things for me to accept were what I thought were failures, but sometimes failures are not necessarily failures. They're just a learning opportunity in life.
Absolutely. So when the doctors told you that you had this disease, how how did that make you feel? Like what was going through your mind?
Well, I'm not afraid of dying, so I wasn't afraid of that. The only thing that went through my head really when I was left alone a little bit there, uh, and if that was the case of I'm not going to have much more longer to live, was the idea that I wasn't going to see my grandchildren grow up. But that's the only thing that really bothered me. And the other thing was I was a little concerned about somebody cutting my skull open and going in there. Since I
I
had,
would be concerned too. I've been there, done that. That's why I have bangs. Um, that is a very scary feeling because you have to, not only are you going under the knife, but you need to sign that waiver that says if there are any complications that arise during surgery, that you cannot sue the hospital for any damages or death, which is really scary
but that part itself, the dying part, I didn't even think of that.
because
Like, I
you
think it
don't.
was more, I never had surgery before, and now it was like surgery on my head, you know. I think my kids were more concerned than I was, but you know,
So that didn't scare you?
maybe no, I was concerned. So if that's no, I can't say scared in the sense I was scared, but I was concerned. If
Okay.
there's a difference.
You were concerned for your well-being?
I don't know. I think it's more somebody opening me up. I don't know this guy, you know. But again, you got to resign yourself to, hey, it's out of your control, right?
That's true.
So you accept it, and you let the doctors do their job, I guess. You
And
know.
have faith in the process. You
Yeah.
seem to be very wide, like you're very calm. I guess that comes with wisdom over the years, but you seem very calm about this. Like it's very surprising to me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a little older. I've lived a good life, you know, and I have no regrets that way. So
Oh, good.
uh,
So if
I've lived a, okay. What's
if
that?
you're
I'm
sorry,
sorry, I didn't make that.
we're always talking over each other. I'm still getting used to this Zoom. If let's say we don't know when our expiry date is, but when it comes up, what would
And it
you,
will.
yeah, and it will, we don't know when, what would you like, what's the legacy that you want to leave?
You know what? If the people I meet have something that they can bring with them I was that was good about me, I'm fine with that. That's all I want. That's what I would like.
Oh, good. For me,
And
I think I would say that like if my obituary, like if we're talking about obituaries, um, she was the first one and the last one on the dance floor. And she treated everybody with love and respect. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. I think that that's what mine would say.
yeah, well, I'm sure you would say that.
Well, we are good
You're
people. Like we do come from the same family tree, right? There's a couple branches there on that family tree. Do you want to talk about that? So it's
sure.
okay. So on my mother's side of the family, both parents,
Your grandma and grandpa.
yeah, I'm related to you on both sides. So it's the
Yeah.
most simplest way to put it. So, okay, wait. So your dad,
Was your grandmother's brother,
okay,
and your grandpa was my mother's cousin.
it always messes me up. My grandfather's cousin.
No, your grandpa was my mother's cousin.
So, like the simplest way to put it is that there's two families and they married like one family married the other one. So then it created
So
that
sort of,
little kind of branch on the family tree.
yeah. So basically, what happened there? Your grandpa married Adeline, right?
Yep.
Your grandmother, and my dad was still single, so he introduced his cousin to my dad, and they got married.
Okay.
That's the story I heard, anyways.
And to other people, it may sound like a little funny, but if you come from a French family, like you understand, like there's no like
No.
mixing of
No,
anything that's like
no,
not
no,
legit.
no, no, no. This is no. This is normal, and
Yeah.
it's not like you married your cousin.
No, it's so I have 4 cousins that were related to on both sides of the family. So
Yeah,
on
because
like each
two bro-
Christmas breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even Boxing Day, we would see each other because it was like yeah, because it's 2 family or 3 families, no, 2 families that just married each other, like 3 couples.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so they all have the same uncles and aunts and grandparents type of
Yeah,
thing.
and we almost have the same genes. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could be like, how do you
You
say it?
can't
Like
marry.
in
You can't marry your cousin.
no, like in French, it's a sœurette and frère, which
Yeah,
is like
yeah,
it's like sister and brother, but you're closely related as a
yeah,
cousin, but you're more
yeah,
like a sister and brother, which is strange. So that's just a little family history from our side.
yeah. A little strange, but okay. It
Yeah.
happens. There's nothing wrong with it, really.
No, we just get to see the same people at all the family reunions, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh boy.
So, what other big lessons in life do you want to talk about? Like, how are you feeling about life right now?
I feel great about life. I think
Okay,
it's awesome.
isn't it a
Yeah, life is
beautiful life?
good. Yeah, life is good. It
Good.
is really good. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I can say maybe about life is yeah, don't stress out too much because it won't change anything. You do the best you can. And forgiveness is a good thing in life because there's no point in hanging on to hard feelings or resentment or anything like that. It doesn't bring anything healthy in life, you know,
Yeah, that's true.
and this surely doesn't bring happiness. But yeah, live life to the max as much as you possibly can, because there's no guarantees about how long we're here.
No,
And
but I think it's written in the stars.
yeah, yeah, there's a friend of mine that says or there's an expiry date stamped on our forehead the minute we're born.
Yeah, that's true. Do you believe in that? Like, you believe in like predestined paths?
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Like you know,
And
yeah,
it's so I always say that the hyphen between our birthday and the day we die, the hyphen is what matters. What we do with that little hyphen, that life, this life that we have, no matter how long or short it is, that is
it's
exactly what is important.
it's it's the length of the hyphen. That's how long your life is
Yeah. And it's what
in
you
the big
do with
picture.
that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So
yeah. I know.
you, hmm?
Go ahead.
You took an early retirement because you got sick. So how,
Well, it was not really a early retirement. I could have retired. I had my time in. It's just I was thinking of maybe working till I was 60, but that didn't happen, which is okay.
yeah.
Actually, I don't even know why I would have. Today I look back and I don't even know why I would have wanted to work till I was 60. I don't miss work at all.
No. And
No.
you worked as an operator at the nickel refinery?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Well,
those
it was
guys,
good years. I mean, it was a good job.
do those guys miss you over there on their shift?
I don't know. I wouldn't dare ask them that question, but
Have they reached out to you since you got sick?
oh yeah, yeah, for sure they did.
Oh,
Yeah,
good. That's when
yeah,
you know who your real friends are, right? During
yeah.
difficult
I
times.
guess so. Yeah, and some people you think, man, they don't really like you, but I mean, I think it's more, it's what you put in your head, and like you say, like I mean, when things go south or whatever, they're there. You know, they call you. You need anything? Call me anytime, whatever. So that really says a lot of how they really feel.
Mm-hmm. That's important to have strong friendships like that and people who really do care.
Yeah, and my kids, they're the same. Like my youngest daughter and my oldest daughter were there when I came out of the hospital to help me out. And my son, while he lives further away and doesn't have a car, so mind you, he offered his help. It was
Yeah.
just,
Was that, how did that feel as in regards to your pride when you had no choice but to, like, you weren't asking for help, but when it came time for the girls to care for you, when you got out of the hospital, were you welcoming that help?
oh yeah, for sure, because I did get my driver's license suspended because of all this, and I had to go to the hospital every single day. So with the COVID-19 and everything, my oldest daughter, I gave her my car. She drove me to the hospital every day to get my treatments, and my youngest daughter stayed, about a week after I came out of the hospital, just to make sure I was okay. I was. It's just she needed to make sure.
Right. So why do the girls call you Superman?
I don't know. I don't know why they.
Does, what do you mean you don't know? Doesn't it have to do with how when you got out of the hospital, they wanted to see if you could walk?
No, no, no. They knew I could walk. I woke up from my surgery and I jumped out of my bed in the ICU and started walking around. I felt okay.
And they were surprised to see you,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you said you felt better than you did prior to the surgery.
Oh, yeah.
You're supposed to put that on silent.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Think about all that.
That's
And
okay.
I don't get too many calls.
That's
So,
okay. My last question for you before we wrap up, what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's going through the same disease? Somebody who's battling the same disease? What would that be?
just be positive. Don't think about the negative stuff, which I never did. People ask me, "Well, you must be stressed out about this. You must." I don't even think about it. I don't. I have no interest in thinking about that. I feel good. That's all that matters, right? To
Good.
me, that's all that matters. And I will be around for some time.
Oh, good. And you will, because that's exactly those thoughts that
Yeah,
you are paying
yeah,
attention to, that you're putting out into the universe.
yeah. I'm not done harassing people yet.
That's not the first time I hear you say that, and it won't be the last.
No. Oh no. I enjoy life and totally enjoy the time I spend with my kids. You know, talking with people like you, and you know, life has a lot to offer. Good things, right?
Absolutely. It sure does.
Just like you say, love life because life loves you.
Yes, exactly. It's on my banner at the bottom, I think. Oh, you can't see it, but
Ah, yeah,
it's
but
on there.
yeah.
That's true. And I think that's part of my legacy, that little saying, and it's written in my book as well.
Yeah.
But I think we should love life because life loves us. Even during the most excruciating times where you think life doesn't love you, but those lessons or that pain is continuing to teach you something. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's unfortunately, and I wouldn't even call it unfortunately, but without challenges in life or anything like that, would we learn?
Not a whole lot.
You know, you learn more out of hardship than, you know, clear sailing, easy going, you know.
That would be boring.
It would be. There's no
I'm
challenges, right?
Yeah, I'm not welcoming the challenges. I'm just saying if it was smooth sailing, I wouldn't be used to that. I wouldn't know what that would look like.
There you go. Now we all have challenges, and every human being will have challenges. That's
Hmm.
just the way it is.
And it's how you
It's how you,
react.
yeah, how you deal with it. You know, so as long as you learn from it and you grow, this is where wisdom comes in. You know,
Yes.
but that's what makes it worth it.
Yes, you're right.
I had a good friend of mine, probably one of my best friends I ever had in life. He was 40 years older than me. So I was 40, he was, let's say, 80. And I was going through my divorce, and hey, it was my first divorce, right? So you don't know, like, you got all these feelings and all these thoughts going through your head. Your life is over. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. But this guy sat down with me and at camp, you know, I was at camp and I'd have long chats with him. Well, he has 40 years more life than I did, right? So I listened a lot. He had a lot of wisdom, and I remember the summer after, I went to him and thanked him for taking the time to talk with me and share his wisdom with me, and I told him I learned a lot, you know, and he said to me, he says, "Well, you know what?" He says, "I learned from you just as much as you learned from me." And I'm not sure what he meant from it, but so bottom line is it doesn't matter, you know, the age gap, it didn't matter, you know.
So he
So we
did
have
learn.
some, yeah, we have something to learn from each other all the time if we choose to,
Hmm.
you know.
Those are beautiful lessons. And we continue to learn from each other because in this life, every single person on this globe, we are all in this together.
Yes, we are.
And we need to
Yeah,
lift each other up and help each other
yeah,
grow and learn from each other.
yeah, yeah.
Those are
And
great lessons.
yeah, I mean, if you can learn how to love people, and I'm when I say love, I mean there's different kinds of, I say different kinds of love, but loving is loving. But you know what I mean, eh? Like
Yeah.
your love for your spouse, your love for your children, you know, they're different. But again, if you don't have resentment in your heart and you love, yeah, you can learn. we can learn from each other for sure and take care of each other and uplift each other and all that. Yeah,
And it makes it all worth it.
it is worth it. It's what more can you ask out of life, you know?
Mm-hmm. This is great. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day for meeting with me. And you heard it here with Candice. Thank you so much, Gabriel. And
Well, you're quite welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
yeah, well, there's our time.
Okay.
Continue loving life and spreading that love and
Are we
enjoying each
recording? Oh yeah, we are.
enjoying each moment. Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Well, thank you, Candice, and it was nice chatting with you as always. And yeah, maybe we'll do this again.
Yeah, thank you.